Hi, and welcome to another episode of Double J's List. If I get a chance, please like and subscribe. Today I'm coming at you with our 2000 Mazda Miata. The old adage, the Miata is always the answer. This certainly is the case in my opinion. We're going to take a quick ride through some back roads, have some fun on some twisties, and have a quick look. So, my wife and I have had this car for about 12 years now, and quite frankly, I can completely understand why these are so popular. Now, these are the best-selling roadster of all time, and I believe that's because of a number of reasons. First of all, it is absolutely, unequivocally fantastic to drive. So, every aspect of this car delivers feel. The steering has feel. The shifter has feel. When you go over bumps, the shifter moves around. You can feel the car alive around you. You have the top down. You feel everything going on around you. You get the sound of the exhaust. You get the sound of the engine. You can hear the valves. Everything. Which makes this car no good on the highway and no good for long trips. However, for little blasts on back roads, it is absolutely fantastic. Front engine, rear wheel drive, a platform that is made for everything. Now let's go back to the Miata is always the answer. And you say, why is that? So people are looking for their spare car, something that is like fun to drive around, whatever. This is the answer in so many different situations. Let's say you're looking for an inexpensive, fun car to drive on weekends, put the top down, enjoy the weather. Miata is a fantastic answer for that. Let's say you're looking to getting into track racing or autocrossing. This is one of the most supported cars in motorsport of all time. There's so many aftermarket paths you can take to make these better in racing situations. Mazda supports these things themselves. So, again, fantastic. They have gone up a bit in price, like everything has in the past year. However, I got downshift and hit this. This is so good. Such a good car. You get into a corner and it makes you want to do that. You know, and another, if you're looking for the fastest car possible, this is not it. If you're looking for something that begs to you to drive hard, a little bit hard, this is it. And what's fantastic about it is, since it's so underpowered, I wouldn't say underpowered, but lacking in power, I guess, would be a better description. It just, you push it hard, you're not going that fast. It loves the rev match, it's this fantastic shifter. Such a good car. Here I am, I was going about 75% there. You can push it a lot harder. You're still having a great time. Anytime I've thought about upgrading and going to a bigger, better sports car, you take this out for a ride. And I'm like, you know what? No, I really don't even have to. But anyway, it's hard to describe why this car is just so good. Other than the fact that it's been on Car and Driver's 10 best list, like 19 times or something like that. It's consistently a good car no matter what generation you get. Mazda won't go away from the formula of this car because they know that they've got a hit. Obviously, it doesn't get big sales numbers, like a small SUV or even a small sedan or hatchback. But as far as a sports car goes, they sell a ton of these things. So, and there's a reason why, like I said. But now we're going to go and we're going to take a look at the outside and the inside, so hang on tight. Before we go to that outside shot, we got to do one more blast around a corner just because. Rev match down, so I'm going to go down to second. Here we go. We're going to go around this corner, one of my favorites. See that? And I'm not even speeding. So you get into one of the big boy cars, such as like a Corvette or BMW M3. You go like that around a corner and get on it, you're going to be going insanely fast, still having a good time, without a doubt. But you're getting into territory that you really shouldn't be doing on the street. Here, go ahead, ring it out. You're not going to bring attention to yourself, other than your little bit burbly exhaust making some noise, but it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to go inside and take a look at the outside and inside. Hang tight. Here's the outside of the 2000 Miata. This is the NB. There's been 4 generations of Miata right now: NA, NB, NC, and ND. The NA was the one with the pop-up headlights. It's very popular right now. They've actually started to go up in value. The NB is this one, which they added some curves to the body. They made the headlights flush, and it's basically the same thing as an NA underneath, just with a bunch of refinements, a little bit nicer interior. Then the NC was a completely new platform, a lot bigger. The Miata enthusiasts like to essentially hate on the NC because it's the big Miata. However, it's still pretty small and fantastic to drive, from what I've been reading. And then now the current one is called the ND. They made it small again, light again, and it's getting rave reviews also. All Miatas have always received rave reviews. As you can see, mine's not like a perfect example, but I kind of like it that way. You can just use it and not feel guilty about it. Very straightforward cockpit. Simple gauges, easy to read, simple controls. I've installed the center console from a 2001 to 2004, which gets you the cup holders right there and loses the ashtray, which works out better for me. I got this one inexpensively. They go for a lot of money in the aftermarket, used on eBay, because of the people want cup holders. And this one had the doors broken, but I got it for a lot less money than one that doesn't. I would probably keep the doors open anyway. So really not a whole heck of a lot to talk about on these cars. Tell you under the hood really quick. Double overhead cam 4-cylinder, as you heard, likes to rev just a little bit. Very simple to work on. Mine's kind of dirty and rusty underneath. It's seen some Buffalo winters. Still a relatively solid car though. Just a little bit challenging to work out at times. Not as bad as my Land Cruiser, but as a car to work on in general though, a lot of room around to get your hands around things. It's just a good all-around car for just about any kind of hobby that you want, whatever it may be. Back to the adage of Miata's always the answer. I've actually used, I've had 2 Miatas now. I had an NA and NB now. I've used them to carry large items. You put the top down and you stick it on the floor and have it stick out. It's great. Lumber, weed whackers, all that sort of stuff. So can't really complain about this car. If you want to take a quick look in the trunk, there's not a lot to look at. You can pop it here in the center console. And there it is. It's the NB generation has the spare tire underneath, so the trunk is shallow. Just something to understand. Like when you put a full grocery bag, it'll actually stick up a little bit. So you want to make sure you pack your grocery bags a little bit low, because it's not going to have enough depth for that. There's a little dugout right there. That's where the trickle charger is. But something to think about too. All right, let's get back into the car and drive. It's a lot more fun to drive than to look at. A piece of advice that I tend to give people: if you've ever thought about buying a Miata, stop thinking about it and just do it. They're inexpensive enough to justify the purchase. You buy an older used one, not going to go down in value. It's not going to cost you much to maintain. These are one of the cheapest cars to maintain in the world. Like they're almost Toyota Corolla cheap to maintain. And they just are absolutely spectacular to drive. There's almost no reason not to own it. Here I am on... Oh, gosh. So good. The brakes, again, the brakes have feel, too. Oh, it's... Again, I'm not talking because I'm focusing. This car requires some of your focus. Okay, this isn't taking a Sunday drive in a casual pace. It can be if you want, but if you want to push it a little bit, you gotta pay a little more attention, right? So anyway, if you're a car enthusiast, just go buy one of these and get it out of the way. Say that you've finally done it. Oh, it's great. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.